Thank you, Cancora. First of all, can I thank Sinn Féin for bringing forward the motion. The only addition I would make to the motion is to emphasise the need to ensure that parents can access childcare. Just today, the Irish nurses and midwives were in Buswells, and one of the issues they raised with me was childcare. Yes, they said costs are less than previously, but they have huge difficulty in accessing childcare. And one of the reasons for this is that some of the smaller services, in particular those who entered core funding and had to freeze their fees, are now closing because their businesses are not viable. Minister, you tell us that more services are open now than previously. Well, let me tell you that 7 services, 7, closed in Sligo this September. 1 moved to community in my home village of Ballintroher, but 6, mainly smaller rural services, have closed, either in rural areas or on the outskirts of towns, run by local women for local communities. In the last year, 1 multinational corporation opened a service in Sligo, so we're 5 down with no geographical spread. I've met many of the owners of these services that have closed, and they're devastated because they had to freeze their fees at 2017 or 2020 levels in order to access core funding. And yet, the new service in Sligo, run by a chain, can access core funding and charge higher fees. And that's just so unfair. And it's a business model that you have forced on providers. You are refusing to accept their accounts that satisfy the revenue. What's good enough for the revenue isn't good enough for the department. You insist on a different time frame to revenue. So is it any wonder, Minister, childcare providers are tearing their hair out? Deputy Collins said that you're due to meet the Early Childcare Federation. I hope you are, and if you're not, Minister, I would ask you to please do so to try and stabilise the sector.